entering what is now the Keystone Inn, Bed and Breakfast Inn. But this was a home built by my father back in 1912, 12 and 13. The reason for calling this Keystone Inn is because not only the state is called Keystone State, but if you can see the keystones at the top of every window. Keystone right in the center, and the same kind of stone on the window sills, at the corners of the window. This porch went around and complete the house all around. We called it parlor. We always had guests who would come here. They asked me when they first bought the house, they said, someone told us that my father used much of the house as a show place to show off the furniture, which are being built at the factory. But that was not true. We never had this as a show place, except to let people, when they came to visit, we would show them around. But if you come in here, I want to show you the clock that was here. My dad had bought that clock at an estate years ago. Well, before we moved in. He had furniture. I think there were about 10 or 12 clocks. He had, almost everything to begin the furnishing of the house. And here is a fireplace under the clock and this mantel. And the fireplace was burning. It was a used fireplace, both in this room and the room back of it, which you might see later. And we had burned wood. We always burned wood in there. So this is where we would always have Christmas, and the tree would stand in that corner, always. When the first child was born, my sister Catherine, when she was about 12, he bought our first piano. And that piano stood almost always in that corner when the Christmas tree, of course, was out. Now, this is being used as a dining area. When we lived here, which we lived here from 1913 to 1925. Well, if you come in here, when we lived here, this was the dining room. And we had a big round table, perfectly round, but divided at the center so that we can put 4 boards in it. Put it out as long as possible for the family, because there were finally 7 children, my parents, mother and dad, grandfather who was living with us, and we even have a special room was given and prepared for him. This dining room has many memories, and I'll tell you just one briefly, because my mother, this was after my father's death, but mother said to me one day at my time of my birthday, I have a dinner for them. And when they came, the table was filled with my friends around here. I was only about maybe 13 or 14 at the time. And Mother had planned and prepared what do you call a big dish, platter, a big platter of fried oysters, and everybody just enjoyed them so much. All the boys, they were the only ones seated, just my friends and I. So this they now call, not that I asked them, I thought there was a better name for it, but they're calling it Paul's Parlor. That had been broken, and I see they have a new one, just exactly like the original. The stairs are unusual in that they're only, I think they're 7 inches high. So they were lower than the average and much easier to walk up and down. And if you can get a picture to show that this is an open stairway from here to the ceiling of the first floor, all the way up. And yes, he's showing you the open stairway to the 3rd floor, and you can see it up to the top. This door was open to another stairway that led directly into the kitchen, because if they were working in the kitchen and some guests came, why, they could come up through here and into the other rooms if they wanted to change clothing or anything of that nature. Here are 5 bedrooms. The one in the middle was Grandpa's room. My father's father lived with us, and he had his bed, a table, and whatever necessary in here. He also had a telephone to use when, on a Sunday morning especially, he would be able to listen to the service of worship at St. James Lutheran Church, where the family all attended. And that was a little unusual in those days, that he had special use of a telephone there. But there are 5 rooms. 1, 2, another back here, 3, 4, 5. This section can be used as a suite.
What do you need this into?
The original bathroom is that section there, across here. Now, this wall is cut off there to place a bathroom in for the present use. When we were living here, I was living at that time, I was sleeping in a room upstairs on the 3rd floor. We were having a hard storm. The lightning, the thunder, lightning struck one time and hit the house. Right on this side here, where the bathroom and the pipes and that sort of thing possibly attracted it. The strange thing is, we had lightning rods on top of the house, and it didn't hit any of them. It came through, it knocked tile wall in the bathroom, and that was knocked out, knocked loose from the wall, and from that porch roof, big piece of tin, 2 pieces, very big, as they were made there on the roof, thrown out into the garden, completely off the porch. We're going into the 3rd floor. And of course, you notice that we have a little landing part way up, and then a second set of stairs from the 1st to the 2nd, and hear it from the second to the third floor.